Also developing tonight, investigators are now trying to determine if drugs, alcohol, or mental health played a factor into that deadly mass shooting in Oroville last night. We brought it to you as breaking news. The suspect is 21-year-old Azadi Coleman. Deputies say he had a felony warrant in Alameda County.
This particular individual in no way, shape, or form should have been in possession of a firearm. And as Mr. Ramsey noted, there is a previous history of this individual who is merely 21, engaged in this kind of conduct.
The shooting left a 43-year-old woman dead and others injured, including a pregnant 25-year-old woman and a 30-year-old man, both in critical condition tonight. We are told an 11-year-old girl is in stable condition. ABC 10's Van Tu has a closer look at the timeline of exactly what happened.
Fearing for her life, this passenger describes in Mandarin the moment gunfire rang out aboard this Greyhound bus. It was dark and hard to see, she said. She's unsure what started it all, but investigators Thursday piecing together a clearer picture of this mass shooting just after 7:30 p.m. Wednesday at the AM/PM on Feather River Boulevard, a regular Greyhound bus stop, when they say 21-year-old Azadi Coleman fired off 12 rounds, killing one and injuring 4 others.
He was exhibiting what I think could best be described as paranoid behavior.
Butte County Sheriff Corey Honey says Coleman boarded the bus alone in Redding. Passengers say he became agitated after receiving a phone call near Red Bluffs, at one point flashing a firearm and suggesting an undercover cop was on board. He had gotten into an altercation with another passenger before opening fire and running away in Oroville. 20 minutes later, 911 calls poured in from the nearby Walmart when police say Coleman got into a verbal tiff with a woman.
Her boyfriend was there, and then that resulted in a physical altercation that was broken up, at which point he moved to the front of the store, began to remove his clothing.
Coleman was arrested naked, and investigators later found a 9mm gun ditched in a construction zone nearby.
Last night was an extraordinary event in our small town of Oroville. A mass shooting, something that we have not had in this community.
The Butte County District Attorney says Coleman had a juvenile record and an active felony warrant for having a gun as a prohibited person. The office is expected to file charges in court Friday afternoon as it builds its case against Coleman.
How he obtained it or what its origin is, that is work that is still being done. But we can say clearly that this particular individual in no way, shape, or form should have been in possession of a firearm.
You can say that again. Our thoughts, of course, are with the victims tonight. Many passengers were given a hotel room and care overnight. We spoke to some of them just hours ago, but as you can imagine, they are still in shock. Stay with ABC 10 for updates on air and online at abc10.com.